I seriously think if I ever did die in 10 years or early like that, it would be because of a crash.
Car crash? Statistically probable.
Yeah.
So you're gonna die in a car crash, happy and with people.
Yep.
In the car with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what? They
We're
all
doing
live,
this
or
together, everybody.
is it a quick death?
Yeah, it's a
Where you're singing a song with everyone and you're smiling, and then it's just like a camera transition for a movie.
Why are you
yeah.
taking the left turn? No, no.
Yeah. It's like that episode of Family Guy where Peter had the stroke and he's just in the car saying, "It's the end of the world as we know it."
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unfiltered Pineapple Podcast. I am your host, Orik, joined by my friends Dean and Noodles today. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, nice energy levels, boys.
Yeah,
We'll
totally.
spice it up. We'll spice it up with some Would You Rather gameplay today. Just jump right on into it.
Ooh.
Got some.
Ooh.
What's the website? What's the website you have, Dean? It's
So
randomly
the
generated,
website
right?
is just wouldyoutrather.io. It's very common. It's not the red and blue one everyone looks at, but it's white and black.
Yeah, and then we're also going to be doing a point system this time. Trying to do a little bit of a punishment. Winner gets to pick the punishment for last place.
Again.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And
So how does that
Go
work,
ahead.
Orik? You just kind of dropped silent for no reason.
I've totally blanked on how the percentage system worked, and I was hoping one of you would pick it up. I just totally brain farted. I'm like, oh, let's just be silent.
Come on, man. We're on your
Write it
back.
out. All right, fine. Let's improvise the score system. Yeah, if you get the percentage correct that people choose for which would you rather option, I guess what within 15 points is usually a
Just
decent
whoever
range
guesses
to do.
closest. Whoever guesses closest to
Okay,
the
yeah, that works too.
yeah. Their answer doesn't have to be right. They can pick what they think is what they want to answer. But if they guess which guess was correct and they get the percentages, whoever gets the percentages closest, they get a point.
Yep.
So if it's like, 69% and 31% and someone guesses 65 and 35 and everyone else is farther away, even if they didn't agree with the majority vote, but they get the point.
So the point system is based on the percentage that other people would use, or that other people use to pick those answers, and then we're just doing our answers just for fun.
Nice.
So I will pretense this, talking about punishments. Dean here lost a previous game show event.
Correct.
So he has a punishment today where so the first would you rather comes up. He can choose A or B, whatever he wants to do, but for the next 15 minutes afterwards, whatever options we go through, he has to keep sticking with that option. So for the first one, he chooses A, he's got to keep doing A. If he chooses B, he's got to keep doing B.
Defending it.
Until the time runs out, yep.
Oh, that's right. No, points. You have to guess with the majority and guess closest to the percentage to get the point. So if we all guess on the wrong side, we don't get the point. Because that's how it's a punishment for me is, oh, well, I think everyone's actually going to pick the left option, but I have to pick the right one, so I'm not going to win that way. Yeah. So you have to guess the majority and the percentage.
You might as well give me this one.
Why is that?
Because we're gonna give you a second punishment. I'm motivated to do it now.
All right, fight me.
Before we started, you were just like, yeah, whatever, we'll just do something. And now you're like, oh, now that we started,
now that the clock is ticking.
Now that there's a competition, the adrenaline's picking up inside of him. He's awake now.
Anyways, the first would you rather is be able to drink anything but have a 50% chance of choking each time, only be able to drink water, but only have a 1% chance of choking. 1% is
Mine
very
isn't.
high, also, by the way.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
going to be choking regardless. I'd rather do the water. Less chance of choking, and I already
But you can
drink a
only
lot
drink
of water
water.
throughout the day. But I already drink a lot of water throughout the day. It wouldn't ruin it for me.
Exactly.
Ye-
I only drink water each day, basically, also. So for me, this is my life. I choke once a week, at least, on water. I said that in a
Yeah.
previous episode, too. So this is just me in writing.
Just continuing the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of obvious for me. Yeah. I would sacrifice everything for a 49% less chance of choking, so I can survive on water.
You're looking at the odds of choking. I've accepted I'm choking regardless. I just look at it as what would
Yeah,
I
again,
prefer to
yeah, that's
have.
again,
Yeah.
I'm well aware that's going to happen to me each week. I
Yeah.
don't know how to drink water apparently. So what do you guys
Yeah.
think the first?
I don't want to drink a like a Pepsi, and I'm like, am I gonna choke today or not? Uh
Yeah,
so
flipping a coin every time you want to sip.
yep. You're like, all right, well, YOLO. But
So what do you
yeah,
think the percentages are? What do you think the majority of people vote for?
75% water.
I'm gonna say at least on the choking percentage, I think that's what would sell a lot of people. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a good like 82% for the 1% chance.
That
I'm
was my second number. That was my second choice of a number.
I'm going to stick with option B for now, and I'm gonna say 60% that people also pick the 1% chance. All right. Oh, 79% say 1% for
Dang
water.
it.
79. So that would
Nice.
be a point.
Oh, it's closest without going over, right? Price is Right style.
So that is a point for Noodles.
Told you. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, he's already starting off strong, and I'm stuck with my answer.
Don't worry. He'll be back to second place soon enough.
All right,
Ooh.
the next question is: have your voice delayed by 5 seconds. That made me chuckle. Have your vision delayed by 5 seconds.
I knew I should have upgraded this router.
I knew I was missing the latest patch. Wait until we get Neuralink installed, and then that starts happening. You start getting the iPhone updates because you're a version behind, where they
Right.
intentionally slow you down.
Patch 1.2.1.
Oh, you didn't upgrade your retinas yet. Ah, see, that's the problem.
Don't worry, on the next phone with the next operating system, we'll have better latency.
The European patch has a better patch. I'm just gonna say that.
Right.
So obviously, I'm gonna say have your vision delayed by 5 seconds because that's the safe thing to do rather than your voice.
uh,
Imagine driving and having your voice delayed by 5 seconds. No one can hear you, and you're flicking them off. You're gonna be pissing off the guy behind them, and they're like, "What did I do?"
That's, that's really funny. Someone honks at you, and then there's 5 seconds later, there's someone else driving by. What you?
What
What
the
did you
fuck?
just say?
I was. Oh
Come
man.
find me. Exit 22B.
I
Oh,
would, I would go option one because you'll get used to being delayed, which can make for some great conversation, great comedy material, great you can be a good stand-up comedian. You make a joke, people have already laughed, and then you and then you do the punchline after it's all like died down for 5 seconds, like, oh, I guess I'm slow at this.
well, as a married individual who is used to getting interrupted, I would also choose option one.
Is that why? Just because you're used to it?
I'm used to it. Like I already had to delay what I say in the conversation, so that wouldn't really affect me too much. And
Well,
plus,
If I had
Oh my gosh, you could do a great ventriloquist impression. You're in the middle of an argument, you say something, and your wife keeps on arguing, and all of a sudden, 5 seconds later, she hears what you just said. Like, wait, what?
just bring up the
On
past
the other side of the
repeatedly.
room.
Just keep living in the past. That's exactly what they want to hear in an argument.
Yeah.
Just whispering
They
on the
moved
other
on to
side
the
of the
next topic, and then you're still talking about the old shit from 5 seconds
Well,
ago.
hopefully you don't have any slip ups, and then it just comes out like 5 seconds later.
Well, that's 5 seconds for you to sit there and panic. Okay, that's fun. You can, you can like watch your face get red in 5 seconds. What did you say? Noodles.
Right.
Oh, there you go. You can say something, walk away, and then someone hears it.
I know it's like you're saying, like, yes, that dress does make you look big. Run away 5 seconds and
And
get
then
a
they hear
little
you
head
in the they
start.
hear you in the
It-
distance. Yes, that dress makes you look big.
It's like the Key and Peele. It's like the Key and Peele sketch where they're every time one's like, "I said," and they look
Yeah, but in all honesty, could you imagine having your vision delayed like every 5 seconds though? Like that,
You would not
God,
have a license.
like every. I swear, it's like every wall that you try to like, avoid, like
It's
walking
like
in your house, and then it's like, boop,
no
oh,
one,
shit.
no one likes dial up. That's why we moved away from it. You don't sign your name on a piece of paper and wait and stare for 10 seconds to make sure it's there.
Right? God, you might as well have the freaking buffering circle over you every single time.
Yeah, imagine cooking.
Oh Jesus! Like
You're,
kitchen
you're
prep and
chopping vegetables, and then you're just waiting. You're like, I feel something, and then 5 seconds later, you see the cut.
Oh my God!
"That's not the carrot. That's not the carrot. That's my hand."
But
Uh,
anyways, I obviously choose option B because that's what I choose, not because I'm forced to. And so therefore, I say, do I have to give a percentage as if my option is the highest, is the majority? So it has to be, my guess has to be over 50%.
No, you can. So, like we said at the start, whatever you choose is different from what you
Okay.
think the
I
majority
think the
would
vision
say.
is 17%.
Alrighty.
What about you two?
Voice delayed. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go slightly lower than last time. I'm gonna say a good like 63%.
60.
I was gonna say 62% for vision.
62 is settled. All right. So I'm going to select which option. I'm picking. You guys had the majority vote of voice delayed, so I'll select that, add to it. And it is 88%, and mine is 12%. And I said what? 17%? So point for Dean. Making sure that was,
Nice.
I had to make sure that was my name. Oh, oopsies. Okay, excellent. So Oric's not on the
I
board.
guess I underestimate people. I thought that'd be more divisive.
Proficient in a foreign language, or would you rather be proficient in mathematics?
Foreign language.
Why?
Majority of people are gonna say like 83% of people are gonna say that. Well, because people are social creatures, need conversation, and depending on what you're trying to do, you can have relatives of a different culture, that speak a different language. You got friends, especially with the world of the internet,
Mm-hmm.
jobs, travel, military.
God, you really
Just the
put
foreign
emphasis on jobs there.
Yeah, it.
You just echoed a lot. Jobs.
Oh, I had some reverb. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, just that's the more logical one for most
Having a
people.
bilingual brain typically allows you to solve some more complex problems or approach things differently. Usually because you'll have a slightly different... Well, it depends on your upbringing, but usually if you have a second language skill, you have a slightly different cultural perspective also on how to approach a problem. And if you learn a language later in life, you still have to understand a bit of the culture around the language, so it kind of helps with that. But obviously, you didn't grow up with a different second language, so that's all very good and helpful. Therefore, I choose proficient in mathematics.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I definitely choose foreign language. Especially considering my family is half Spanish. Just for that alone, you know, I would love to be proficient in that for communication. Plus, I could just troll people
in
in like different
Espanol.
languages,
Yeah.
and like I and plus I know enough in mathematics. I know addition, I know subtraction. That's all I need to know.
I don't need multiplication. I can add 2 a dozen times. I'm fine
I've
with it.
Right,
got one too. I've got one too many people in my life distracting me. I need a -1.
right.
I will say real quick, mathematics is a foreign language for most people,
It is,
especially when you get into the higher level stuff. So
and
this is like a
some would
would you
say
choose this one or
it's a pure language because you know everyone can
there's only
understand
one
it.
way to interpret it.
There's only
Yeah.
one way to interpret.
Yep.
Yeah, everything derives from mathematics, and then we just make sentences out of math and physics. Mathematics is
So,
pure. Foreign languages are corrupt and disgusting. I'll stand by it. I have to defend mathematics. Is that what my punishment is?
Yeah.
Defend.
I forget what I said. I think I said like 88% for foreign language. I think I
You
said
said
something like that.
83%. Remember it correctly this time.
83?
83.
Okay,
Yes.
83% of it.
Noodles. What is your guess and percentage?
so
Y'all say foreign
I'm
language.
yeah.
Is the
So
South a foreign language? Hold on. Give me your percentage.
trying to think.
Add a lot of ones.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Addition and subtraction here.
Um,
Yeah, you
for
don't know what a
foreign
percentage is. Okay, so
language,
percentage if you have like 100 ones.
I'm out of fingers.
Yeah, it's a lot of fingers.
God damn it, can't use my toes either.
Nope, nope.
Tried to use my hairs. But foreign language, I'm going to say that a good. I'm gonna say 56%.
56. Okay. 83 and 56 for proficient in mathematics. I'll say that's the majority, and I'll say
I said
53%.
proficient in foreign language.
Yeah, I'm going to say proficient in mathematics because I had to choose option B,
Oh, okay.
and I'm defending it
Yeah.
because foreign languages suck. Mathematics is pure, and I'm going to say mathematics is 53%. I'm just going to flip
Real
over
quick,
Noodles.
real
Nice.
quick before you show the answer, just wanted to share a quick story. I have a coworker who had half of his big toe amputated because of medical infection. And he loves to make jokes about how he's like, yeah, whenever I'm paying the bills, when I start to count on my hands and toes, I always get up to 19. I'm like, oh, I can't do math anymore. It's not a round number.
Interesting.
It just came to mind. He's like, yeah, I can't count my phantom toe anymore.
Is the South a foreign language?
Yes.
It's rather abstract English. I know plenty of people that obviously
People can listen to it and not understand it.
the
It's a foreign
go-to
language.
imitation American accent when you're overseas is they imitate someone from the South, and and they don't always understand what's being said either. So I wonder if that's considered a foreign language for U.S. terms from other citizens abroad or countries abroad.
You're stalling. What's the answer?
So we're selecting foreign language. You guys voted for that. 53% foreign language. Noodles got it
What?
dead center.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
53% for foreign language, 47 for mathematics. Dang.
This is what I do.
And I had to guess B.
Let's freaking go.
Excellent. 2 points for Noodles. So it's been 15 minutes, but I'm going to do the first 5 where I have to choose the second option. Orik.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So 2 more where I have to defend option B. Die in 10 years but happy with people, or would you rather die in 50 years alone and unhappy? You know what? B all the way. Who doesn't want to die? Death is a lonely journey, anyways. We all are born alone and we die alone, so it doesn't change anything. What are your guys' thoughts? What do you vote for? Die in 10 years, but happy and with people, I assume, around you.
Does that mean
Not
I'm
dying
the only
together.
one that's happy?
What?
Does that mean I'm the only one that's happy? Like
Yeah,
the
you're the
people
one
with me
happy and you're surrounded with people.
Whatever. You're surrounded by people that are all miserable. You're still there. Like, come on, hurry up.
I'm assuming when it says with people, it doesn't mean like with people also dying with you. I assume it means people watching
No,
you by your bedside.
I meant the people watching. Do they have to be happy that I had a
No,
happy
you're
life before it's
happy.
spent?
You're happy. It's obviously you. Would you rather be happy with people? It's not the
Come on.
others. Yeah.
But do they have to be happy with me? That's what I'm
Who
trying to
gives a
figure
crap?
out.
You're happy. The answer is you.
This is how I'm making my decision.
All
I
right.
will make a decision.
Noodles, make a decision. 10 years happy with people, 50 years alone and unhappy. 10 years happy with people or yourself?
I mean, I've been unhappy. I can sacrifice that.
50 more. You can die in 50 years.
Yeah, I'll
For
die.
now.
I'll die in 50 years. Yeah.
Die alone. Why would you be alone in 50 years, Noodles? Imagine 2073. What happened that you're alone and unhappy and dying?
I'll be rich, hopefully.
All right. And that makes you unhappy?
Yeah.
I got all the money I wanted.
It's like the Wario meme or whatever. It's like I won, but at what cost?
Right. No, all seriousness.
You'd rather die 10 years from now, happy and with people.
Yeah. I mean,
Why would you
I'm kinda
die in 10 years?
I'm already with people, and I would consider myself a happy individual, at least for the time being.
Nice. And so what kills you in 10 years? Take a guess. I won't write it down.
Honestly, if anything, and I actually keep predicting this for a while, I seriously think if I ever did die in 10 years or early like that, it would be because of a crash.
Car crash? Statistically probable.
Yeah.
So you're going to die in a car crash happy and with people?
Yep.
In the car with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what, they all
We're doing
live?
this
Or
together, everybody.
is it a quick death?
Yeah, it's a
where you're singing a song with everyone and you're smiling and then it's just like a camera transition for a movie.
Are you taking the left turn? No.
Yeah, it's like that episode of Family Guy where Peter had the stroke and he's just in the car saying, "It's the end of the world as we know it." Ah!
I mean, that does, yeah, you can die happy and with people, and those people could also be dying, even though I said earlier are they dying with you or not? So, all right, interesting.
Yeah.
Orik, why do you think you're dying in 10 years? Happy and with people.
I'm dying in 50 alone.
Yo, you're picking 50 alone and unhappy?
Yeah, because it doesn't say how long you've been alone. So it could be that the person I'm with died 10 seconds before me. It's like, well, I'm alone 10 seconds.
True.
But also, more time to do more things. You can be happy with people in 10 years, or you can have 50 years to be happy with people. Yeah, it's all about your perspective.
Yeah.
So,
I kind of
more
like
time, more opportunity. More time, more opportunity. I do the latter.
you made a good argument for me. I'm going to also say 50 years alone and unhappy. Not because it's option B, but because it's 50 years to do stuff, help people do more things, accomplish goals. And yeah, maybe in the last couple days you're unhappy, but doesn't mean all 50 years are unhappy. It doesn't say you die in 50 unhappy years.
Yeah, you're not miserable for 50 years.
Yeah, so you don't die alone. You're just dying alone. And again, birth and death are the two things you do alone in this life. So you're already going to be alone, sort of, depending how you look at it.
Is it too late to change my answer now? Because now I feel stupid.
Stay stupid. 2 plus
Look,
2 plus 2 plus 2.
You're already leading in points. You're already leading in the
Yeah,
points.
fuck
No,
it.
Doesn't matter if
you
have
you
one
can
I'll
change.
bite.
stick with that.
You can change your answer.
All right.
So
well,
what do you vote for and what percentage?
So, well, I'll be bold. I'll still keep my answer,
Yeah.
but I think it's going to be a way lower percentage, obviously.
Okay.
So I'm going to stick with 23%.
23%. All right. Orik. You're
I
saying
mean, why
50?
does it matter? Why does it? Yeah, why does it matter what I say? I'm gonna get it. I'll say 42% said that they'd rather die alone.
Die where in 50? 42 for 50?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to say, well, I have to say option B. I say 50 years, and I'd probably vote for that. I'm going to say, tough one. I'll say 20%. Pick die in 50 years. So 2 for die in 50, and oh my God. Die in 10 years is 79%. Die in 50 is 21%.
Holy shit.
I said, and I said 20. Woo!
God bless.
All right, Orik, not looking good for you. You got to get good with the numbers. Noodles and I here are
I
good with
feel
our
like
basic numbers.
I have a bad understanding of what I think most people want.
Yeah. All right, so always be lonely or always be surrounded by others. I'll start. I'm always
I
picking.
say this is. I say this is too similar to the last one. I say we skip.
All right, fine. What answer do we want to pick? Surrounded by others or lonely?
I guess I'll do surrounded by others.
I'll
question
vote that too.
That's what I would vote.
Yeah, so that was 68%. So we'll move on to the next one.
I was actually about to. My percentage would have been like 52, but
Yeah. All right, the next one. Always be clueless. Always be paranoid.
Oh my god, always be paranoid. It'd be so much fun. At least with Clueless, you get into problems like, what happened? Why is it? At least with Paranoid, you're always
I,
walking around like,
I don't know.
it's gonna
Ignorance is
happen again.
bliss. Isn't that what that comes from? Is that what you're
But
assuming?
you still have consequences. You may not understand the consequences, but if you're sitting there talking to the police, that's going to give you like, oh, great, what's going on here kind of vibes, as opposed to they're after me kind of vibes.
The birds aren't real.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm usually always paranoid myself, but I will say I am usually more paranoid than I am clueless. So I would definitely choose paranoid.
Huh. Clueless gives the impression like you just don't even pay attention or you're not observational of what's going on. So
No,
like
but yeah,
anything that's implied, you
It
have
just makes
difficulty
life
with.
more miserable. If
Yeah.
you know people that are clueless and oblivious overall, they don't exactly have like the happiest. Like, yeah, there's blissfulness to it, but they don't have the happiest lives because it just keeps causing problems because they're not observant.
Or problems keep happening to them inadvertently, or people take advantage of their cluelessness and they
Yeah,
yeah. I'd rather
I'd
always be
rather be
paranoid because
paranoid.
then you're at least paying attention to stuff around you. Um,
You're hyper aware.
yeah, people survive with OCD and things like that.
yeah,
Um, not that it's a good
Schizophrenia.
thing. Not that it's a good thing to have, but people kind of make it work, or they have therapy and stuff to help with some paranoia. As long as
yeah,
it's not saying you're schizophrenic or you have a crippling condition, it's just you're paranoid. You're like, oh, why is the salt shaker out on the counter? Someone broke in and put it on the counter. It wasn't me.
yeah. And that's kind of like usually how I am with my car because I mean, even though most of the time it's just like me not remembering to put something away or I
Yeah.
don't remember that I changed something, but I'm always like, what the fuck happened to my car?
The only one that touches it is me, and I didn't do that.
Yeah. And
I'm
like I'll
already.
even ask my wife, I'm like, did you do something to this? And she's like, no, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, it must
Oh,
have been
okay,
me.
that's problem solved then.
Yeah,
I'm already paranoid enough being in my own house. I'll just sit around and I'll hear a noise I'll wake up, use the bathroom at 3 a.m. I'll hear a crack or a pop downstairs or on the other side of the house, and I just freeze up like, all right, today's the day. I get to practice all the lines I prepared for when I get mugged.
or
And
or to
me,
see or to see the next person that would hit your car in the on the street.
yeah.
Yeah, another street side hit and run.
And for me, literally just before this recording, I heard what sounded like my kitchen cabinet door closing, and I went to check everything to see if like a dish fell over or pot fell over and hit the door from the inside, and no, everything's fine. So I don't know what that
Yeah,
was.
it
I
was
didn't
his
check the.
roommates, myself and I.
Yeah, myself and I. Yeah. It wasn't me. It was one of those two. Um. So what percentage?
Me is friendly. Me is a lot more social than myself and I.
Yeah, me's on the mic. Myself and
Yeah,
I are
yeah,
weird
I's a little bit solo.
creatures.
He's a little bit more, non-confrontational.
Mm-hmm. So, what are
But
your guys' percentages? I'm gonna say paranoid also because I have to. It's the last one I have to, but I would also pick it, and I would say 62.
yeah, paranoid. I'm gonna go with 73.
I was
Price is
gonna
right,
say
Amy. Okay.
paranoid 62 also, so I'll just go in the middle of you two and be paranoid 66.
66. Okay, you're just really sabotaging yourself, picking between two other people,
Yep,
and it's 43% for paranoid.
of
So
course.
I win because I'm closest. Because that's how we're doing
You
it.
know, I'm trying to get close to these percentages by following you two.
So you wedge
And the
yourself.
one
So
and the
instead of pricing right and putting someone else in the middle, and giving them like a, 1+1+1+1+1+1 range.
well, you guys are usually off by less than 5.
Yeah, I was off by
Yeah.
20.
So get in the middle of the two of those. Whatever.
All right. Well, 3 to 2. I can pick what I want now because it's been 5 questions. Have a
Nice.
lazy.
Option B. Let's keep going. B.
All right. Have a lazy partner or have a stupid partner.
Mm, they're both fucking useless then. Like,
Not gonna name
God,
drop.
what the so
Would you rather have a lazy partner or a stupid partner?
so someone that doesn't do shit or someone that doesn't know shit. What the fuck?
I mean, they may not know stuff, but
Pick
they'll
your
do
poison.
stuff.
It doesn't mean they'll do it right. They're dumb. Pick your poison.
I mean, not everything is a complicated task.
Right.
If you want them to clean the dishes, they're like, "Oh yeah, I didn't think about that," and then they'll just clean it. It's not like
Right.
we're not saying they're like a Neanderthal and they don't know how to do dishes. It's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do dishes," versus, "Oh, I didn't think about that," and "Oh yeah, I should let that soak." But they'll still like do it.
I would
Yeah.
choose the one. I would choose the one that's lazy.
Can't hear you.
Like
I
you
would
said,
choose
lazy.
the one that's. I would choose the one that's lazy.
Lazy. Okay. Noodles.
Yeah, same. Just because he's lazy, but at least he's smart, or could potentially be smarter.
You can
He
still have a conversation.
he's lazy, but at least I'll be sure to let your wife know. Um,
Yeah, he's speaking. She's being channeled right now.
are you projecting yourself from your wife's perspective, or are you imagining having a male partner?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna say. I will say this sounds bad. Whoever is listening to this that knows me personally, this is not a direct attack. I'd rather say a stupid partner, because a lazy partner, that just means you're going to have issues where someone's doing a lot of work or fixing stuff, and you're not going to have similar lifestyles, more or less, and you might clash. At least me. If you're both lazy, that's fine. But if you're stupid or you're both stupid about stuff, you can work with each other, fix things, still have shared interest or work together and do things. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're both bad. Luckily, my partner is neither of those. But you guys said lazy. What percentages?
Mm,
I'm not gonna get it right. I'll say 70.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 57. Lazy.
57. I'm gonna say. I'll just say 60 for stupid. 57. 57 for lazy partner. Noodles has gotten 2 Spot on. Orik, you want to play the game?
Not really at this point. I'm just kind of watching.
3, 3, and 0. Oh my goodness. You got 57 exactly. All right. Would you rather always summer or always winter?
Always summer.
Always winter for me.
All right, Orik.
Yeah, I choose always winter.
I'll choose always
That's for the
summer.
cooler weather.
I'll choose always summer. Summer doesn't mean blistering hot. It could just be like the moderate temperatures.
Yeah. No, not even just like the temperature. I like the theme and the ambience of winter, personally.
I agree. I do like aesthetics of winter, but personally I also like being in like, let's say, heavy foliage or being able to go out and see more scenery and stuff, and typically it's easier to do that
Well,
in the
that's
summer.
Yeah, makes
I mean,
sense.
it can be, but as an avid hiker and traveler, it's usually best in the spring and autumn.
Fix your mic a bit. What's always best? Oh, spring and
The
autumn? Yeah,
scenery.
definitely, but
Yeah,
that's
the
not the
scenery.
options here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would prefer the winter. I like seeing snow on the ground if you're in the right place. I prefer the winter scenery to the summer scenery.
I'm going to say summer, and I'm going to take a bold guess and say 80.
Wow. I'm gonna
I'm going.
say, well, even though I prefer winter, I'm gonna say 37% winter.
Okay.
I'm going to say 51% summer.
All right, and 37 is 63. And 46 summer. Or it gets a
Wow.
point. Wait, 54 prefer winter. Interesting.
That actually shocks me, and I'm
Yeah,
not like winter.
I didn't think winter would actually win. Well, Orc gets a point. Anyways.
All right, thanks for joining, everybody. Have a great.
Yeah, so would you rather listen to music from 80s and 90s or listen to music from 2010s and 2020s?
Oh my god, 80s and 90s. Jesus Christ. Like that's not even a debate.
I don't know.
It's got to be 20. It's got to be 2010s. Dang it, that takes out a lot of the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, but you gotta also think a lot of synthetic and lo-fi and stuff comes out 2010s and
Yeah,
2020s.
trust me, and I love lo-fi. Like I love all that kind of stuff. But I mean, at least with the 80s and 90s, like you can actually like hear a song. Like you can
And a
like listen to
story
just
in
the
it.
instrumentals, and it's I know that's a Michael Jackson song. I know that this is Prince. Stuff like that.
There's a
Like
little bit more
it's
I'm gonna
more
say
diverse.
character behind the music. Like you can tell you can hear the
Personality.
personality. Yeah, there's more
Yeah,
personality in the songs. You know exactly who made it. It's very unique
yeah,
to that individual
and it's
because
like
they had
rap
to make it
music,
for yeah.
yeah, like rap music, like like no one is copying the same beat like all the time. Like everyone's got their own individual beat.
Yeah, they don't have stuff to work off of. They gotta just kind of make it all from scratch themselves with how they want to make it sound. Yeah, I mean, music like that is still made today, but definitely back then they didn't have assistance with technology or things like that to help find beats or tune things.
Right.
They had to do it all from scratch, every performance, basically. So they had
Yeah.
to have a real flow to what they preferred. I love
Yeah.
two of my favorite artists and stuff are newer 2020s 20 teens songs and albums. I like a lot of that stuff, but we also grew up with parents that played 80s and 90s all the time, and so typically, like, even at work today, I'm just like um humming random 80s and 90s songs at work while sitting there with a coworker getting ready for demos and stuff, and I'm just like, my brain defaults to 80s and 90s lyrics and stuff because maybe it's because it's got catchy tunes or specific lyrics where it's like there's a little narrative and it's like, oh, this gives me a feeling similar to what's going on right now.
Yeah.
With 2010s and 2020s, I like all the music and stuff, especially lo-fi or instrumental stuff to just put in the background. But 80s and 90s, I like the, let's say, passion and stories that come from the music itself. It's not the same.
Absolutely.
It's not the same chorus 5 times in a row with like maybe 8 sentences for a story outside of the chorus, like you get from some music, especially pop music nowadays. 80s and 90s is not like that. Orik?
I grew up and still listen to a lot of 80s, 90s, 2K, and today, um, as the radio likes to say. I'd probably
Okay,
go with
Dr.
the
Seuss.
2010s and 2020s. I'd probably go with the 2010s and 2020s. As much as I love the 80s, it's for me, I hum them often, but it's the same songs, it's the same hits as opposed to the 2010s and 2020s where I'll just mix and match. I'll just go from halfway through a Linkin Park song in my mind to the instrumental of some other song, and then just transitioning to another song. It just flows a little easier for me. So the way my mind works, I prefer the 2010s and 2020s.
Okay. So what percentage do you give to it?
See, this is really tough because I feel like everyone's going to say I love the 80s and that, but they're not going to pick it. So I'm going to go 50, yeah, 59% for 80s, 90s.
59 for 80s and 90s. Okay, Noodles?
See, I'm gonna go 52% 2010s and 2020s.
See, I'm kind of similar. Right? I prefer 80s and 90s, but I feel like a lot of people who might be taking this might prefer 2010s and 2020s. Actually, no. Especially a lot of millennials. They might just prefer. I don't know. I really don't know.
It depends on who's taking the survey,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
which is the issue I've been looking into.
I'm
I'm trying
going
to think of the
to.
whole population.
My personal vote's 80s and 90s, but I'm going to say the majority is taking 2010 and 2020s. So I'm going to say 60% for 2010s and 2020s. What did you say again, Orik?
58, no, 59%.
All
For
right. So we have.
I said 59% for the 80s and 90s.
okay.
So there's 60% for
2010s.
Dean.
There's 52% for 2010s, and then there's 59% for 80s, 90s.
80s and 90s. Okay.
61% for 2010s. All right. God, it feels good to be good. I was off by 1. I haven't guessed it perfectly like you twice, but I've been off by like 1 or 2 percentage points several times now.
Which I'm surprised we didn't give extra
Yeah.
bonus points for that, but we never talked about it.
Yeah,
So
well, we'll deal with that next time. Would you rather live in Paris but feel depressed, live in North Korea but feel happy?
Oh God.
yeah,
Um.
well, I would be depressed if I was in Paris, anyways. I don't know French.
I'll say Paris. I don't really need much justification.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Paris as well.
You can always move out of Paris.
I mean,
I would say Paris, but I'm curious what would make someone happy in North Korea. Like, what are you doing there? That's like, yeah, this makes me happy.
You probably live in the mansion as like a servant or a guard.
But you're assuming. You're assuming.
Exactly, but I
be
don't quite know how else you would feel happy with
exactly.
my
You could just be an
external
oblivious.
perspective.
You could be an oblivious peasant living in one of the slums, and be like,
You're
you know
not
what?
oblivious.
But you got to be happy somehow. You can't do that if you're not oblivious.
yeah. No.
I'm
Anyways,
gonna pick
Paris.
Paris regardless.
What percentages for Paris, gentlemen? I say
92%.
I was gonna guess something in the 90s. Dang it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say like maybe 97%.
92, 97. Should I price is right this and crop Orik out and pick a number lower? I don't know. You know what? I'll say 95%. I'll put myself in the middle. I'll give Orik a chance.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it right.
56% say they'd rather live in Paris but feel depressed. 44% would rather live in North Korea and feel happy.
That is
Wow.
all right.
That is
More
okay.
power to those people.
Yeah. Well, the score right now is 4 for me, 3 for Noodles, and 2 for Orik. So, Noodles, you might need to pay a little bit more attention.
I didn't want to get all the right answers, so I'm just trying to,
Wait, do you think they mistook North Korea for South Korea?
No.
Or that they know there's two Koreas?
I mean, a few people, but that's not 44% of people. 44% of people did not mistake North and South Korea.
Hey, you'd be surprised. Over 10%
And not a 44% size chunk of people. Not everyone is stupid.
Not everyone knows geopolitical politics.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyways, the score is 4-3-2. Are we gonna have a first to a certain number, or how many more questions are we gonna do? We've done 9 questions, so this is question number 10. What are you guys feeling?
You said this is question 10?
This is question 10, yeah. Do we want to go first to a certain number of points, or do we want to just do a certain number of questions left? What are you feeling?
We can do
first to 5.
I'd like a comeback. Let's do that.
All right. I just need one to win. Noodles, you on board with that?
Sure.
First to
I like
6.
living life on the edge.
6.
First to 6. Okay. What are your thoughts, Noodles?
Why not? Still like to live life on the edge.
All right. First to 6. 4, 3, and 2. Let's see who wins this. Would you rather always have a random taste in your mouth, be unable to have taste in your mouth?
I would have random taste. I like the spontaneity and the variety.
I think for the same reason, I would say random taste. Life is pretty unpleasant when everything tastes the same, like gray mush.
Yeah, I mean, I'll choose random. I like to taste like sometimes maybe trash or feces or piss or something.
Yeah,
like that.
but right after that is a strawberry.
Right.
We're also assuming that it's gonna be like edible stuff that you can taste.
Yeah.
Now you have metallic taste in your mouth. Yeah.
I mean, trash and feces in a sense is kind of edible.
Yeah. Imagine tasting something fishy that's not fishy.
And you're allergic to fish.
Yeah. Start freaking out.
I taste peanuts. Why
yeah,
is it so
imagine having a nut allergy and you're in the middle of eating and you suddenly just get hit with a taste of walnut. You're like, what the hell's in this?
I know, it's like you're eating like a bowl of ice cream and then all of a sudden like the one chip challenge comes out of nowhere and just spikes you.
Well, you're eating ice cream. That should help. No, the taste would be there. It's not actually covering up any capsaicin or anything on your tongue. So you would be tasting the heat, but you can't stop it.
Yeah.
Now that would be a bonus to the question. Just whatever you taste, you start to sensationalize.
I'm still going with random taste. I like that idea. Live life on the edge a little bit, and then when people are in the middle of a conference or talking and presenting, you're like, oh, sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
I do too, but given how the survey's been going, I'm gonna say 54% of people say they have a random taste.
54. I'm gonna say before Noodles can say a number before me. I'll say 68 for random.
All right, so 68, and what was the other one?
54.
54.
For random. Random taste.
I'm gonna go 60.
For random?
For random.
All right. And it is 65. Again, I'm 1 percentage point off. I do not know how you did it twice in a row, Noodles. But I've been like off by a 1 3 times now.
I swear.
All right, 5-3-2. This could be the last question, gentlemen, and I'll be saying that each time. Would you rather teleport, but every time you do, you slowly lose your eyesight? Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard that before. Or would you rather have super speed, but you have to eat 25K calories, 25,000 calories a day to maintain it?
Give me super speed.
I pick super speed. To maintain it, you have to eat that much. But if you don't want to have super speed, you just don't have to eat that much. Only when you're like, all right, tomorrow's a marathon. I'm going to start carbo loading.
Right? And even then, like I could be a total fat ass and then just fucking burn it in one sprint.
Yeah, exactly. And then you
Well,
can
by
just
that
what?
by that same logic, if you want to keep your eyesight, just never teleport.
Oh, yeah. So how often
Yeah,
do
I
you
can
need to
teleport. Prove it. No, I want to keep my eyes.
yeah, how
My eyes.
my eyes bald.
Or you're just running and you just trip.
Yeah, imagine doing it. Imagine teleporting for lazy fucking reasons, like you're tripping, and you're like, nope, that's not happening. You went from 2020 to 1920 that day, or 2120 that day.
You go from third in line at the buffet to second in line. The person who you just got in front of is like, wait, what just happened?
Imagine sleeping and panicking, like you kick your leg, but instead of you kick your leg, you just teleport to the other side of the bed or the other room, and you're like, crap. And you wake up blind.
God bless.
Yeah, I would prefer super speed. What are the drawbacks of that? You could take someone's hand off if you do a high five, but that's a viral clip.
Yeah.
It's not sonic speed. It's just super. It's not supersonic speed. It's just super speed. So, you don't have to worry about breaking windows exactly. Yeah, I think we all pick super speed. I'm going to guess.
Yes.
I'm going to guess Orik's number 54% for super speed.
No, I was going to say 76.
For speed?
Yep.
All right, bold.
I'm gonna go a good 63.
Right in the middle for super speed?
Yep.
All right. 54, 63, and 73. What number did you say, Orik?
76.
76. You were off by 3, but you got the point. Now you're tied with Noodles.
See? I told you I'd make a comeback.
All right, Noodles. You don't want to get the punishment. Don't be last.
Don't worry. I like to build the suspense.
Would you rather only celebrate your birthday or only celebrate the birthdays of others?
Celebrate my birthday. Fuck other people.
All right.
So selfish.
I would pick birthdays of others to show appreciation for them in my life.
I would pick others because I don't want people to ever know it's my birthday and how old I am. That way I can always keep it a surprise.
Like a coworker of mine, it's like, oh, you're turning 29 again this year. How long have you been 29? 31 years.
Right?
I did that. I had a conversation like that with a coworker about a month ago.
Yeah.
We were out at lunch. We were out at lunch with one of the people who early 20s, like fresh out of college, and on the table, he spent like, if I remember, 20 years owning a barber shop and then 10 years doing something else. Now he's at the current job.
Yeah.
And even though I know all that, I looked at him like, I can't lie. For the last 6 years I've known you, I've been thinking you've been 34 all 6 years. He's like, you're my new best friend. I don't care about this other person. You're my new best friend. We're gonna hang out now.
That's nice.
Yeah, but no, all seriousness, I would actually choose to celebrate birthdays of others.
No, you won't. You locked in your answer.
Well,
defend it. No, I'm kidding. You'd pick others. Why?
Because honestly, like, I don't even celebrate my own birthday already. Like, my version of celebrating is just either gaming marathons or movie marathons. Like, that's just what I like to do. I really don't like the whole club vibe and going out for my birthday.
What about a surprise party?
What
about a surprise party for you? You don't like that? You don't like surprises?
I mean, kind of.
Okay.
No, I really, I'm just not a like party person. I don't like being the center of attention. but you know, I will like have fun with someone else though.
Okay. So, what percentages are you guys thinking? I'll guess first so you can work around me because I'm in the lead. I'm going to say birthdays of others is a majority, and that's also my vote. And I'm going to say 69.
I was going to say birthdays for others for 68%.
All right.
What was Oric's?
68% birthdays for others.
Oh, so 68 and 69. Huh. Okay.
Do it. Do it. I know what you're gonna. I know what number you want to pick.
I was going to choose 62, but you know what? I'll choose 67 just to make it interesting.
Dang it! I thought you picked 70.
What a twist! Yeah, instead of
I thought
instead
you
of
picked
locking out
70 to trap him.
instead of locking out the person that could win, he's gonna lock out the person he has to beat, so that he
Right.
gets a point. He has a chance of getting a point before you.
Now,
Uh,
well,
No,
here,
that's smart.
okay,
That's
so
smart.
no, that's good.
even
Yeah, that's tactical. That's
yeah,
such. I was not expecting that. That's such a good play.
so even though I realistically think it will be 62, if it is 62, I should get a bonus point, but I'm just choosing 67 just to mess with him.
It's gonna be 68. I'm confident. I'm like 99% confident I'm gonna be wrong, but I'm confident there's a chance I'm right.
I'm 69% confident. I can't believe he just locked you out. Birthdays. Let's see what it is. 66%. 66%. Off by 1. Oh, he literally cockblocked you right there. He
Yeah,
got
had
you.
he picked 62, I would have won.
Noodles, that was one of the greatest plays I've ever seen, like, for any competition in years. I was like, oh, they're just gonna box me out for the rest of the game. 68 and 70%, and you're just like, nah, I'm not getting last. Oh, that was
Uh,
so good.
That was 2 off.
That-
every once in a while, my brain likes to work.
Yeah. That was just unexpected. Just unexpected. Okay, so would you rather have an extra finger or have an extra toe?
Extra finger.
Yeah, I think finger.
Helps with gripping.
Yeah, you can do more stuff. Having an extra
It-
toe is just extra, like, fat down there in your shoes. Like, does it really help with
Yeah.
stability that much? It probably gives you more pain because now your bones at that point are kind of spread thinner or spread wider. And you got more
Yeah.
muscles and nerves that are condensed. I think a hand might be easier.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you can't get these things removed. You have to just keep it, so.
That's fine. I mean, at least I can finally count to 11 with my hands only.
Yeah, because you can only do basic addition and math. That's right. You can do a lot more math now with an extra finger.
Like, God, I'm running out of. Oh, wait, I got this now.
Wait, there is a number higher than 10.
Yeah. Instead of
It's
counting,
1-1.
Yeah, I can finally count to 21 with my hands and feet.
Yeah, there you go. Orik, what are you thinking?
I'm not really thinking, just feeling that I'd rather have an extra finger.
So we all say
Don't have a
finger.
reason.
All right. What percentages? Should I
All
go
right,
first? Should I guess
si-
first?
I was gonna say, since I kind of did Orik dirty like that, I'll go ahead and choose first.
Okay.
I'll, I'll,
Such a good play.
I'm gonna choose 63. 63.
Okay. I'm going to say extra finger. I assume that's for extra finger, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say extra finger also. I'm going to say 54. So we got 54 and 63.
I was gonna say 40% for an extra finger. I think 60% of people are gonna want an extra toe because they can hide it.
All right. Is that your final guess?
Yep.
All right. We're going to pick extra finger because there's 2 votes for that from us 3. And it's 57 for extra finger. So that's me because I said 54. I don't know why it took so long to do math. 1 plus 1. All right. So I got the 6 points.
Nice.
Noodles has 4 and Orik has 3, and I guess that is game over now.
Yeah.
So Orik gets punished the next time Dean and Orik are in the same video.
Well, I guess Orik was right about one
And
thing.
that's because
I was gonna come in second.
yeah, again, second place, solid. And
He made sure it happened. He did what he needed
that
to
was
to
like
make sure it happened.
that was the most unexpected and also most clutch move I've seen you do in a long time, but also just in general I've seen in a game.
There's a reason you always get second. You always find a way.
Yep.
Most people would be like, I gotta stop first place, and Noodles is like, I'm not getting last, and I know
Yep.
exactly how to do it.
Oh man.
Oh, that was well played. That was well played. So we did 13 questions, and Dean, me, myself, and I guessed. We all guessed the best. So that was cool. Cool. What'd you think of this,
Yeah,
gentlemen?
Had he gotten the bonus points for getting them exactly right, an extra point, he would tied you for 6.
No, he would have had 7 because he got 3 exactly right.
I thought he only got 2 of them.
No, he got 3.
Did I get 3?
No, you only got 2. That's right, because the last one you're off by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. So yeah, we would have been tied.
Because he blocked me.
I
He
mean,
didn't get it right.
we could do this last one for just Noodles and I if you want Noodles to give you the punishment potentially instead of me.
Yeah, we'll do a final round between you two, just so we can see who the actual winner is, since
All
he
right.
was so good.
Assuming
He got those. If we pretended,
which is
points.
which is insane that Noodles got 2 exactly right and I got like 3 or 4 off by 1 or 2 points repeatedly. we were pretty solid with these numbers, not gonna lie. It's like half the options, almost. So last question here, Noodles, is fail every class in school, but everyone is proud / happy for you. Pass every class in school, but everyone hates / envy you. So would you rather feel loved, or would you rather have all the money in the world, or be the Wario meme and you succeeded, but at what cost?
Yeah. So this is like when I'm kind of. So are we talking about like everyone in school or everyone in general?
I don't know. It just says everyone. I think people would prefer to have proud / happy, but then again, a lot of people don't like, and I assume most people are thinking high school, and a lot of people don't like high school for whatever reason.
Assuming everyone means just everyone in class, or I mean in the school in general, I would definitely just choose pass every class because, again, fuck all of you.
You're probably not going to interact with most of those people again. But again, when I read fail every class, but everyone is proud / happy for you, I'm imagining family still. It's like, oh, it's okay. We're just happy you're here. So then, therefore, that also has to translate.
We'll send you back next year.
Yeah, therefore, that has to translate to the other side, too. You can't, like, pick and choose the groups. So for me, that's what everyone means.
Yeah. I'm going to say, personally, I would just fail every class, but have people happy for me. But I have this strange suspicion that people want to pass their classes.
And I'm going to agree with you with voting for fail and proud / happy for slightly different reason. One, I think that a lot of people are going to read this as like remembering middle school or high school and being like, I don't talk to those people anyways. I'm out of there,
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that's how most people are taking it. But personally, you don't have to pass classes to be successful or to even get a job that requires classes. You can usually find other ways or curriculums or classes or certifications to get jobs that may require classes. Now, obviously, if you want to be a doctor, you have to go through med school. But for general work out there, you don't have to you don't have to excel in school just to do it. You can still find success and happiness elsewhere. Yeah.
So.
So we both. What percentage are you thinking for pass? Or do you think get more people say fail with us?
I'm gonna say
Orik, feel free to chime in whenever. You're not excluded from this.
Oh, I didn't think I was voting.
Well, your percentage vote doesn't matter, but you can decide. You can add your own 2 cents. You're not like removed from the podcast.
Right.
You're not
I'm
banished.
just sitting. I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
He's like, I want to
would.
walk away.
I
Alright,
honestly
I'm
think
gonna-
it's like I think it's 62% of people want to succeed, even if people don't like them.
You mean
I'm gonna
succeed by pass? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna think it's like one of those like really dead even ones. I'm gonna say 51% for pass every class.
Okay. I'll say 70% for pass. I'll just spread it out.
Alright.
Well, you're
50
trying to win. You're not just trying to spread it out.
Yeah, 58%. So Noodles got that. So Noodles would have won.
Well, I would have gotten that.
Your percentage didn't count. That was just between Noodles and I right there for that.
I know. I'm just saying. I actually would have won.
Yeah, you would have. You were off by 4. Fight in an ancient war or fight in a modern war? That'll be for next time.
Oh god.
That sounds horrible both ways. Well, gentlemen. Yeah. I win today's Would You Rather challenge. Or were we giving it to Noodles for that fake tiebreaker?
Editor, put in the clapping applause sound effect. It's the stock sound effect.
With confetti? Or just a sound effect?
Yeah, in the low monotone. Yeah.
Oh. Yay.
Hey.
All right. Well, I guess, yeah, I win. Noodles, if we gave you bonus points, if we thought anyone was going to get it exactly right, we would have added bonus points at the beginning. But next time we'll do that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so that was
I
good.
get a
Contribution to
punishment
growth.
next
I like
time.
it.
Oh, you both talked at the same time. What?
I'm
Orik?
looking forward to a punishment. Yeah.
Yeah, from Dean. So we'll see what that is. I got to figure that out.
Oh yeah.
Well, luckily it didn't quite bite me in the ass today, this punishment. I was going to pick those options anyways. Like 3 of the 5, so. But
Nice.
what are your guys' thoughts as we wrap this up? Final thoughts.
It was fun. I'm surprised so many people want to be in North Korea.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
I totally
really,
forgot about that.
Like, what is up with you people?
Totally forgot about that.
God.
Yeah,
Like-
definitely some people are thinking that's South Korea, but not 44% of people. That's
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
a large percentage of the population.
There's
Like,
also a misconception that just because you're happy there doesn't mean you're going to be able to stay that way. In that
Yeah.
country, they can just take away
I
everything
still don't understand that.
they want at any moment.
Yeah,
But no, otherwise, I had fun.
Yeah, I did too. This
Nice
was
Oh yeah,
conversation,
it was really fun. Again, I'm not trying to like brag, but I didn't expect to get 2 of them like right on the point.
yeah, dead on, and then you got the other one off. That was impressive, and then you boxed out Orik for second, so that you didn't have a punishment.
Yeah,
Especially
sorry,
since
Orik.
you had a dry spell for quite a while. You're sitting at 3 for a long time.
Hold on. Let me do that promotional pitch real quick of, hey, everybody, let us know in the comments what you thought you would do for these situations. And also, you got the percentage right.
And why do you want to move to North Korea? Let us know down below.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is math your favorite foreign language?
Yeah, definitely. Why is math better than any foreign language? So, anyways, yep. So we'll wrap it up here. This is definitely something we will do again in the future because it's good. I like some of the ideas that came out of it, like the random taste. Imagine showering and then all of a sudden you just
Taste soap.
you just taste
But
soap.
you don't know if you actually, you
Yeah.
don't know if it's just the random taste or actual.
Or you taste shit and you're like, oh, and you're just scrubbing it constantly.
Again?
Yeah,
That's
again.
the other thing is you're gonna get some taste.
Oh, imagine
Yeah.
tasting vomit. just randomly.
Oof.
I mean, it wouldn't be burning. But...
All right.
Anyways, yeah.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, everybody. This has been another episode of the Unfiltered Pineapple Podcast with Orik, Noodles, and Dean. Follow us on our socials. Leave a comment below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good day.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See you.